Hello students, today we are going to read the poem Where Do All the Teachers Go? So before going to the poem, I would like to say some words on it. So this poem basically speaks about a child's love and curiosity for her teacher. Teachers are just next to super beings for children. So naturally children can't imagine that teachers are also ordinary human beings, right? So for young kids, a teacher is always an extraordinary and special person. So it's difficult for a small child to accept that a teacher is also any common man or woman living around him. So so that child always wonders and questions if teachers also behave like other people, if they also do all the works or things like other people do, like they live in houses. Do they wear pajamas, means clothes, or wash socks or watch TV? Do they also have parents and children to live with? All these questions bother a child's mind, and out of curiosity, one day the child decides to follow his teacher's questions, and it happens that one day the child decides to follow his teachers to keep a check and to write a poem about them, so that the teacher read the poem to their students. It shows the cuteness, purity, and basically the curiosity and the dilemma of a young mind for his teachers. It also shows their expectations from teachers. So let come to the poem. Where do all the teachers go when it's 4 o'clock? Do they live in houses, and do they wash their socks? So the child wonders and questions where all the teachers go after school hours. When it is 4 o'clock, he wants to know if, like any other ordinary being, they also live in houses and wash their socks. Means, do they also do all the routine work like other people? Do they wear pajamas, and do they watch TV? And do they pick their noses the same as you and me? So pajamas here is used for clothes. So the child wants to know if teachers also wear clothes like pajamas, and do they watch TV like them? So do they also clean their noses the way other people do? And the child also wants to know that if the teachers do same thing like them. Do they live with other people, have they moms and dads, and were they even children, and were they ever bad? So further the child wonders by asking. So they ask that if they are also surrounded by people, if they also have their parents and children like us to live with them, so did they commit any mistakes or did anything wrong when they were children? So you can understand that this poem is full of questions. So the title of the poem is Where Do All the Teachers Go? But the title is also a part of the questions. So the poem is set in a series of questions because the child has a lot of questions in their mind. Okay. Did they ever never spell right? Did they ever make mistakes? Were they punished in the corner if they pinched the chocolate flakes? So now the child wants to know if they also made mistakes or were ever punished for stealing chocolates or doing any silly or naughty things. Did they ever lose their hymn books? Did they ever leave their greens? Did they scribe on the desktops? Did they wear old dirty jeans? Hymn books. Okay, hymn books means religious books, and scribbling means draw or write something that is not readable. That means not clear writing or drawing. So the child minds also wants to know that if their teachers also ever lost their religious books and said no to green vegetables. Did they also waste time by scribbling on tables and wear torn and old jeans? I'll follow one back home today. I'll find out what they do. Then I will put it in a poem that they can read to you. So, to overcome, or what to say, to avoid this curiosity, the child decides to follow or spy his teacher on his way home after school. Once he is clear about everything, he would also like to compose or write a poem about it and thinks that the teacher would read that poem to his students.